Welcome to this retail episode of Salesforce Live Benelux. My name is Vinay Vaswani and I'm the Retail Industry Business Development Lead here at Salesforce EMEA. Today, we're going to talk about seamless retail customer experience in these uncertain times. And to do that, we have one of the most innovative companies in the Netherlands, Picnic. We're going to walk through Picnic's facilities and talk to the executives to see how Picnic takes care of its customer experience. Before we do that, I wanted to thank you. Thank you for taking the time to dial in and listen to this session. Also, a quick reminder, we'll be talking about Salesforce solutions in this episode, so please make all of your purchasing decisions based on what's commercially available currently. Now, online shopping has grown tremendously over the last 6 months. We all know this. As per the Salesforce Shopping Index, we have seen a 71% year-on-year growth in digital commerce in Q2 globally, of which 34% is increase in shopper spend and 37% increase in digital traffic. Out of all of this, mobile has grown even further. But with all of this online growth comes a lot of challenges for retailers. Online orders went up so much that retailers were just unable to fulfill. They had stockouts, and some of them even had site outages. On the flip side, a lot of them saw increase in the contact center, which led to longer waiting times. Some retailers also didn't get their marketing right in terms of either frequency or tone. And many retailers face financial or liquidity concerns, which made it even worse. With all of these challenges comes poor customer experience and a loss of revenues for retailers. So how do retailers take care of all of these to ensure that seamless customer experience in these changing times? One, they need to seamlessly integrate their commerce, service, and marketing offerings to ensure that smooth customer shopping journey. Next, if you haven't already done so, you need to scale up your capabilities across commerce, marketing, service, fulfillment. Because let's face it, online shopping is only going to go up as this crisis pans out, and if you don't have enough capacity, it affects how customers shop. Next, you need to bring all of it together to create that single view of the customer, which enhances the customer shopping experience even further. And finally, you need to use all of that data and leverage tools like MuleSoft and Tableau to do some analytics and generate insights, which helps with further revenue growth. So let's look at an actual food retailer, Picnic, to learn how they've navigated through the crisis and taken care of customer experience as part of that. I start by talking to Steven van der Ridder, who's Director of Advanced Analytics at Picnic. Hello, Steven. Thank you for being with us today. Can you start by telling us a bit more about yourself and your role at Picnic?
Of course, Vinay, and welcome to Picnic. So I've been on the interface of business, data, and technology for essentially my entire career. And I've spent some time as strategy consultant. I've built forecasting models for a large dairy cooperative, and I've helped build a large e-commerce player in Southeast Asia. And about 4.5 years ago, I joined Picnic. And for the first 2 years, I helped build our commercial teams, our processes, and our infrastructure. And about 2.5 years ago, I joined our technology team. And within the tech team, I'm responsible for all non-operational data. So essentially, the system integration and the master data going into our operational systems, as well as all of the analytical data that is coming out.
I've always found Picnic's business model very fascinating. Can you tell us a bit more about that and how that came to be as well?
So the idea behind Picnic is essentially the union of a set of 4 key insights that our founders had about 7 years ago. The first one is the fact that almost all large consumer goods industries had already moved online or were in the process of doing so. With the biggest exception, and quite literally the biggest, as it's the largest share of disposable income for most households, was groceries. So it was clear to our founders that there was clearly opportunity to move into this space. So the second key insight was the fact that there were significant blockers in the minds of consumers to buy groceries online. And the biggest one we found were the large delivery time windows, as well as the delivery fees that our competitors were charging. And this drove us to develop our bus route concept, where we have specific time slots for entire neighborhoods where everyone gets delivered at the same time. So we create a lot of density, therefore we drive down the cost, and we're able to deliver within a 20-minute time window for free. Now the third insight was the fact that e-commerce was starting to have a negative impact, and a significant negative impact on our cities. There was congestion and there was pollution. And this led us to design and build our own fleet of custom-built narrow electric vehicles that allows us to make these deliveries in people's neighborhoods without clogging up the streets and without creating any pollution in the neighborhoods where we deliver. And finally, there was a realization that technology had progressed far enough for us to launch a data-first, app-only proposition for our customers, where we can surprise and delight our customers with the best possible personalized shopping experience, and at the same time fulfill our customer promise that you can shop for your groceries anytime, anywhere within 5 minutes.
That makes a lot of sense, and I love the 4 insights that you just told us about. Now, looking back over the last 6 months during the crisis, online shopping has grown, which has meant more growth for Picnic. Can you help us understand a bit more about that scale of growth?
Of course, it's been tremendous and it's been overwhelming at times, to be honest. The first thing to realize here is that Picnic has always had to manage capacity and demand. From day one, we've had more demand for our services than we had capacity. And that capacity, we're always growing continuously. We're building distribution centers, fulfillment centers, hubs for cross-docking in the cities, as well as expanding our fleet. Now, just to give you an example, we've opened 2 distribution centers and 8 fulfillment centers in the Netherlands and Germany in the past 5 years. That's 2 per year on average. But even with that, there's more demand than we have supply. The other thing to realize here is that there was significant impact on our operations. We need to keep our employees safe. We have people interacting with customers at the door. We also need to keep our customers safe. So we've really had to change the way we operate. So the impact has been quite big, yes.
You mentioned a bit about the operational challenges. Can you talk to us a bit more about that? What were those challenges, and more importantly, how did Picnic overcome those challenges?
A fundamental piece of the puzzle at Picnic is our data-driven nature of working. And part of that is our data science team that builds machine learning models that help us predict trips and orders in the future. And those are all built on historic customer behavior and customer demand. And you can imagine that in the Corona crisis, people started behaving very differently. Right? We had people ordering further ahead in time, larger orders, different products being ordered. So all of our models were slightly off, and we had to invest a lot of time and effort in improving those again to deal with a new reality.
Can you also tell us how technology has played a part in overcoming these challenges?
So I think an interesting example here is our customer service tech stack. And here at Picnic, we pride ourselves in offering exceptional customer service. And you can also imagine that during the first weeks and months of the Corona crisis, there was a lot of uncertainty in society at large. And then we also changed what you could order, when you could order, how you could order it. So there were a lot of questions, and we wanted to serve our customers right. Which made us invest even more in our customer service technology. And it's right about the start of the Corona outbreak that we were getting ready to launch Service Cloud from Salesforce. And I must say that it's not without anxiety to, in the middle of such a large crisis, change out a set of point solutions. We had 8 different systems in place for one system that should do it all. But we had so much trust in Salesforce as a platform, in our internal development team, as well as in our implementation partner, that we decided to go ahead. And I must say, we had an incredibly smooth go-live. And for a migration in such turbulent times, that was surprising. And we're very happy with the solution that we have in place.
And I'm guessing that has really helped as part of the customer experience. I know for sure because I'm a Picnic customer. And what has also struck me is how innovative Picnic is. Can you help us understand how does Picnic maintain that level of innovation within the company?
So I think a large part are the people that work at Picnic. And essentially everyone who's joined us on our journey building Picnic has a mindset of believing they don't know the answers yet. And a fundamental drive to explore and try new things. And not rest when we believe we found a solution, but knowing that there's always a new challenge and a new optimum to be achieved. And I think that is a very large part to the secret of Picnic.
That was really interesting. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us today, Steven. And it was also great being at the Picnic offices. And now I head across to Picnic's fulfillment center and the hub to talk to a few of Steven's colleagues as well. And now we're at the Picnic Fulfillment Center, and I'm here with Bhushan Puri, who's Senior Salesforce Developer. Hey Bhushan, great to have you with us today. Can you tell us a bit more about your role at Picnic?
In the last 6.5 years, I have had the opportunity to implement projects of all sizes across many industries and geographies using Salesforce. I joined Picnic a little over 2 years ago, and here I'm responsible for solving business problems, some of which are very unique to FMCG, retail, or Picnic by employing Salesforce implementations.
So Picnic is a great partner for Salesforce. Can you tell us a bit more about how that partnership has worked for you?
Salesforce plays a very central role in Picnic's technology ecosystem. It would be fair to say that Salesforce in Picnic is a perfect blend of many business solutions and technology. Therefore, we use Salesforce for a myriad of functions, but primarily for storing, configuring, and maintaining the master data, which we internally refer as product information management, and customer service using Service Cloud. Our definition of maintaining these implementations is also slightly different. Since Picnic is forward-looking and innovative at its core, our implementations are constantly evolving with Salesforce releases, be it using DX across implementations lifecycles or building applications wholly on Lightning Experience. We are keeping a keen eye on release notes and striving to use as many features as Salesforce has to offer. One of the biggest advantages of using Salesforce is the short turnaround time from a concept to a fully live application. Complementing this with a carefully thought data model gives us the much needed head start in implementation of these requirements and the business users the confidence to bid goodbye to their Google Sheets. I can't count how many times this has made our lives so much easier during the tumultuous times of the corona outbreak.
Now you mentioned the Product Information Management System, the PIM. Can you tell us exactly what this is and how it has helped Picnic?
Product Information Management is a complex system that we use for maintaining master data. Since FMCG in the Netherlands and Germany is highly structured, this results in a lot of interrelated entities or objects. To better optimize the process, we have placed numerous automations to ensure proper inflow and outflow of data to and from Salesforce. Not just that, these automations built mostly using Apex help ensure the minimum price guarantee that Picnic offers. And it also helps in configuring the promotions that we offer to our customers. A lot of times, these processes are automated, but sometimes the very experienced business users actually need to fine-tune these processes. And this is where Salesforce shines the most, by giving them the intuitive UI to make these adjustments. Since Salesforce is at the heart of many systems, a lot of systems such as procurement or Picnic app actually depend on Salesforce for their data. This gives us a significant advantage, as all the systems end up using the same and consistent set of data. And a change of data in one place, that is Salesforce, is enough for all other systems to consume.
Thank you so much, Bhushan, and it's great to be at the Fulfillment Center. And now we're at the hub, where Picnic's delivery vans makes its final deliveries to the customers. Here, I talk with Lorena Salamanca, who's a tech lead for customer success, and she will explain to us about Picnic's customer service operations. So let's go talk to Lorena. Hello, Lorena. It's great to have you with us today. Can you start by telling us a bit more about yourself and your role at Picnic?
I joined Picnic 4 years ago as a backend engineer. I've been developing mostly in Java, JavaScript, and Python. I joined initially the store team, then I jumped to the distribution team to implement an internal app that now is used by all our deliverers throughout the countries we are. And then a bit over a year ago, we started our own dedicated customer success tech team, in which I am tech lead, and this is where most of my Salesforce experience comes from.
And sticking with customer success, can you tell us a bit more how Picnic has leveraged, for example, Service Cloud to enhance its customer service operations?
Service Cloud has completely reshaped our customer success process. Before it, we were integrating with around 6 different third-party tools, and each one of them were tackling different parts of the process. But what's most critical is that each one of our communication channels had to be handled in multiple of these platforms. So agents really had to switch back and forth in order to fully fulfill a customer's request. which was productivity draining and not the best working experience for the team. But not only that, the actual effort in terms of time that agents had to put in to solve a case was unknown to us, because each one of these platforms had their own but limited view of the data of the actions that agents were performing. And as you know, we are a data-driven company, so it was a high concern for us to understand truly what was happening in the customer success operation. For these and other reasons, we decided to migrate to Service Cloud. And since the very same day of the go live, we received great feedback from the team because their job became more enjoyable and effective. So now they can really focus on interacting with the customer rather than in technical subtleties. In terms of data, since now all our data is gathered in Salesforce, Service Cloud has become the cornerstone for Picnic to get insights on how our operation is doing.
That's very interesting. But how has been the process to switch to Salesforce?
So we develop our Service Cloud integration as an unlock package with SFDX. So this has really helped us bridge the gap between our Salesforce development process and the rest of our backend development process. Now we're using Scratch orgs as local development environments. We create pull requests. We have static analysis checks in place. And with our continuous integration tool, we make sure that all Apex tests are passed before we merge the branch to develop. Since everything is in Git and Git holds the truth of our code, we make sure that what we are deploying is exactly what we have been working on. So now our release process is both stable and predictable.
That is very interesting. And I know Picnic uses Tableau. So can you tell us a bit exactly how Picnic leverages Tableau for data and analytics and insight?
Tableau is actually one of the first third-party tools that we integrated within the Picnic tech landscape, and it's a key tool for Picnic to find answers and find insights from our data visually and quickly. Collecting data is one thing, and making decisions based on that data is quite another. So the danger here is that our data streams are so dense, it takes the greatest effort to find patterns and make decisions on them. And this is where Tableau shines for us. Our data engineering team takes care of building a robust pipeline that integrates with all backends and gives us all the data flow. And Tableau takes care of translating all those complex data flows into insights that help the business make decisions.
That is very insightful. Thanks so much for that, Lorena. And now we live in uncertain times and we don't know what the future holds for us. So can you tell us a bit more how Picnic has made itself future ready?
We will keep on continuously innovating and looking for emerging technologies that help us serve our customers even better. While developing a new solution or updating an existing one, we will be mindful to make it future ready and flexible. A crisis requires fast and accurate decision making. We will make sure to keep all insights ready for us to make it happen.
Thanks so much for that, Lorena. And it was great being at the Picnic Hub. Thank you so much. It was great talking to Picnic today. Many thanks to the Picnic speakers, Steven, Bhushan, and Lorena, for sharing their insights about Picnic's customer experience with us today. If you're interested to learn more about Salesforce Retail or other customer stories, you can visit that QR code at the bottom of your screen, or you can look at some of our other Salesforce live sessions. Thank you so much for taking the time to dial in and listen to us. Good day and have a good rest of Salesforce Live. Thank you.